So hello, everyone. Great to be here. I'm Gil Larsen. I oversee the U.S. commercial team for Adlook. You just heard from one of my esteemed colleagues. And again, we're an AI-driven digital advertising platform that specializes in video and CTV. Very happy today to have a conversation with Suzanne Salas, who's the Executive Vice President at MSC Cruises. And so we're going to talk to you today about how MSC has done a terrific job and a real innovative job of leveraging the SuperBowl to break through what I think is a great phrase that I'm going to start using, the sea of sameness. So Suzanne, you want to start off with telling us a little about yourself and how you came about coming to MSC Cruises?
Yes, sure. Hi, everyone. It's really nice to be here. I actually live in Miami Beach, like right over there, but I'm still wowed by this amazing view. So thank you all for being here, and I'm happy to be here. I have been in the cruise industry for 15 years, and about 5 of those years I've been at MSC Cruises. I was hired to help increase the presence of MSC in the US. We are a global company, and I built out the marketing function to do that. Since then, I've taken on a broader commercial role at MSC. I manage marketing and e-commerce, our sales team, our contact center, but my heart will always be with marketing. And in terms of MSC Cruises, if you haven't heard of us, we are a family-owned company, a family-run company. We are owned by MSC Group that also owns our sister brand, Explora Journeys, which is the luxury side of the cruise business, and MSC Cargo, the big shipping company. Like if you didn't know, that's all connected. We are a leader in many parts of the world, the #1 cruise brand in Europe, South America, South Africa. We've been growing a lot in the US. Remember, I told you that's what they hired me to help do. However, we are still very much a challenger brand in the US in the cruise industry.
Fantastic. So, keeping along the theme of, breaking through the sea of sameness, there are obviously a lot of cruise lines out there. What sets MSC apart from the others, would you say?
That's a good question. And I think I have I've seen a few cruise colleagues here. So the sea of sameness is something that we all talk about. We launched on Super Bowl Sunday our new brand campaign, Let's Holiday, where European style meets American comfort. And that's very, very ownable to us. We love it so much. And it really does break through the sea of sameness within the category, but it's also very true to our DNA, which was very important to us, which is our European heritage. And I can give you some examples of what we mean when we talk about American comfort and European style. Our ships are very elegant. If you walk on our ships, you'll find like unexpected touches and finishes. We have these Swarovski crystal staircases on our ships, and people love taking pictures in front of them. I mean, I do it too. I put like my boys in front of them. But we also have the thrill rides. Like we have the swing that goes over the side of the ocean, and we have this like crazy roller coaster that Americans love. We have Italian homemade pizza on our ships. We have the only Italy at sea. We have partners with Venki Chocolate, Jean-Philippe Chocolat. But if you want buffalo wings, cotton candy, hamburgers, American comforts, we have that as well. We launched a new ship recently. Hopefully you saw in your social feeds or anywhere about it, MSC World America. And that ship has Dirty Dancing in Concert, which is an American classic. I was like, is this an American classic? I'm like, ChatGPT, can I call Dirty Dancing an American classic? And ChatGPT said yes. So, but then down the hall in a different theater, we have Queen Symphonic, which is a arena show very popular in the UK based on Queen's music. So again, it's that American, that European, and then many of our ships have this international guest mix. So you'll get on board and it'll be 50% Americans, 50% international. And that's really cool for some people. And for me specifically, my kids, I have 3 boys, and they like to spend a lot of time in the kids club. And so they meet kids from all over the world, and they come back and they tell me their names, and then they talk about, oh, but we played PS5 together, and we talked about Messi or Mbappe, and so there's this common ground, and it's just really nice as a parent to give my kids that cultural experience while we go on vacation, and that is something that is very unique to MSC Cruises as well.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So let's talk about the big game. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. You took a little bit of a different tact this year. This is the first time that MSC Cruises launched a national ad campaign versus targeting local DMAs in the past. And it featured Drew Barrymore and Orlando Bloom. So we thought we would take a look at that commercial real quick.
An MSC cruise isn't just a vacation, it's a holiday full of European style.
And all the things Americans love too. Come on, Bloom, I need some buffalo wings. Stat.
There are a ton of football matches.
Games, football games.
Vorrei rigatoni alla matriciana, per favore.
Signora?
What he said.
That is a big hat.
It's American. Of course it's big.
Nobody puts baby in a car.
No.
She just wants to dance.
You ready for some adrenaline, Bloom?
I was born ready. How high is that?
So high. Holiday! Was that good?
Dinner jacket.
Dinner t-shirt.
Privacy.
Privacy.
Architecture.
Architecture.
Dude, there's a line.
Gelato.
Froyo.
Football.
Football.
Schedule.
Okay, now you're just doing it on purpose.
Want a vacation?
Don't you mean holiday?
My bad.
We should stop now.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. So Drew and Orlando are fantastic in the commercial, and they really seem like they had a lot of chemistry and seem to be having a lot of fun doing these commercials. Can you share why and how you chose these two actors for your campaign?
Yeah, sure. Drew is America's sweetheart. She's a great representation of American comfort. And Orlando is a really good representation of European style. As you said, their chemistry was amazing. We think they brought the campaign to life brilliantly. And Drew ended up being the godmother of MSC World America, which launched shortly thereafter. They were both at the naming ceremony. And they just did an exceptional job on stage and with the family. As I mentioned, we're a family-owned company. And we couldn't be more thrilled with them. It was fantastic.
So the ad campaign was obviously centered around the Super Bowl, 60-second spot. Again, terrific. And whereas you had previously run DMA-specific campaigns, can you speak to how you came about the decision and strategy behind launching this Super Bowl campaign?
Yeah, it started a bit over a year ago when we started thinking about 2025 and what we were going to do. And we knew that this year was going to be an exceptional year for us. We just recently opened up our new terminal, MSC Miami Cruise Terminal, the largest in the world. We've been making upgrades to our private island, Ocean Key in the Bahamas. We just cut the ribbon for our Marine Conservation Research Center there. We're developing another island next to Ocean Key. I don't know if those of you who live in Miami have seen, but we're building our new headquarters, right? You can see the building off of 95 downtown. You can't miss it. I know. But that's going to open up later this year, and that's for MSC Group. As I mentioned, MSC World America just launched our new flagship in Miami. And then we announced that her sister ship, MSC World Atlantic, would be cruising out of Port Canaveral in 2027. And later this year, we're adding a second ship to Port Canaveral. We'll be cruising out of Galveston year-round. In 2026, we begin cruising out of Seattle to Alaska. So it's all that. And we're like, okay, we really need to make a big splash here, do something very meaningful. And what better than America's biggest stage to go ahead and make a big splash? So that was the thinking around the Super Bowl.
And everyone, I think, assumes the Super Bowl is just running the spot in the Super Bowl. How did you go about maximizing your investment? Because we all know it's not cheap. And really take advantage of your investment with the 60-second commercial both before and after the actual Super Bowl.
Yeah, it ain't cheap. And it is so much more than Super Bowl Sunday. Even from a resource perspective, it was intense. I mean, from a career perspective, it's probably one of the most rewarding things that me and my team have done. But we had a thoughtful strategy in terms of pre, during, and post. So leading up to the Super Bowl, we first announced that we were going to be a Super Bowl advertiser. Then we announced that Drew in Orlando would be the celebrity talent, and that was accompanied by 3 teasers. And for all that communication, we had a multi-channel strategy to both B2B and B2C to spread the word. And the teasers were also amplified via pay dollars against our top performing video channels. Then come Super Bowl Sunday, we had a full war room ready. Our social media team was there. They had pre-planned content ready to post. They were ready to engage real time, which is a huge part of that. They were announcing contest winners every quarter. We had our contact center team there, our IT team there. And the day after, remember, because I told you the spot launched Let's Holiday. So the day after, it was launching our national TV campaign, along with our radio, CTV, streaming audio, all of digital. We put out of home up in Miami, like February 10th, literally, if you were driving, like we had Let's Holiday up in Miami. And then it was about, like, for you marketers out there, updating every single asset, right? So our email templates, our email signatures, our social media headers, everything just had to be updated because it was a launch and we wanted to be consistent. We wanted it to be powerful. And after Super Bowl Sunday, we launched all that. And then we pivoted our storytelling to really focus on MSC World America, which just launched April 9th. So we pivoted to that after Super Bowl Sunday.
A lot of moving parts.
It's a lot.
A lot of moving parts, but necessary, again, based on maximizing the investment. Tell us a little bit about how you thought about ROI and measuring results from all that.
Yeah, that's obviously a good question. I get asked that a lot, and we debated that a lot. And what we did was we had a measurement framework in place. There were 9 KPIs that we identified that we were going to track. 9's a lot. So we had segmented them into primary, secondary, and tertiary KPIs. The primary ones were brand health metrics, visits to our website, opt-ins for email and SMS, so we could build our first-party data and also increase our marketable database. Then in the middle, the secondary KPIs were leads to our outbound team, calls to our contact center. We had bookings, we had social media mentions and impressions, and then we also tracked social media followers, our travel agents. Are they, do we have more travel agents? Are they more engaged? And we measured that throughout. We had a robust measurement system. We're not done measuring because we're not done with the campaign. Like the brand health metrics, that's a long-term play. The ultimate goal, if we had to synthesize it into a sentence or two, was make MSC Cruises a household name by accelerating interest in our brand with a focus on MSC World America. So all that being said, there's a leap of faith. I'm not going to sit here and tell you this is what we paid and this is the value that I showed to the family that we were going to get. It was, here's what we're going to do, here's why we're going to do it, here's what you have to believe, but there is a leap of faith with this type of investment. Yeah,
for sure. And it looks like you had a little fun doing it too. We're going to play a quick outtakes commercial, which are always great, of Drew in Orlando.
Welcome to Drew's Cruise News on board MSC World America. Today, we're going to see how MSC World America is making its debut in the big game.
MSC came to us. They wanted a Super Bowl spot.
Debuting this cruise line on the biggest stage ever.
We really wanted to convey the idea that this has European style and flair with American comforts.
Orlando and I had so much fun.
So I'm going to get some energy going. Give me 2 secs.
My favorite part of working with Orlando, he wanted to make sure that we both felt excited beforehand, and that is a gentleman.
Drew, the best thing about working with you is that you are incredibly kind.
What?
You're incredibly thoughtful. You're spontaneous and you play with things at the moment. It's been great. I love it.
Going down the slide was really fun and crazy, and it kind of scared me, but I was really confident.
I would definitely do the cliffhanger all day long.
And now, a brief moment of majestic dolphins. Okay, enough dolphins. Let's talk packing tips. The 3 things that I never travel without are lip balm,
Good book.
A bathing suit.
and a deck of cards.
Extra underwear, that's very important.
One of my favorite things about MSC Cruises is if you get a little nervous planning things, they just take care of all of that. And that is so relaxing.
You know, everybody's lives are so hectic, so sometimes you just want to go in and switch off and just have everything taken care of.
Drew and MSC Cruises signing off.
Really good stuff. How do you keep the momentum going, and what's next for the brand?
Well, we have a lot to look forward to. We're excited about our future. We are going to continue to invest heavily in the US market. We'll have really robust advertising and media plans to bring Let's Holiday to life even more and continue to increase our brand awareness, consideration, and purchase intent. And in terms of the specifics of 2026, I'm not sure how we top off what we did this year, but we're going to start talking about it because we're getting into 2026 planning now. And, we'll see what comes next. But, we can expect a lot of growth, and we're really, really excited.
Well, congratulations on a very successul campaign, a very
Thank you.
successful year. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise.
And thank you for this chat.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.